I think you should be pleasantly surprised the fact that they've had an opportunity to win 3 games this season. They've played competitive, yes, ugly, but competitive football. That's not good enough for them. Players want to play, coaches want to coach. You try to squeeze every ounce out of your players if you possibly can, if you're a coach at any level. And I think that's what they're going to be able to see, Robert, here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, is just how much juice they have left to squeeze out of some of these players.
Big picture, you're right. You're right. But the bottom line is they weren't this bad against the run last year. That's the difference. And the veteran linebackers aren't the answer. And I'm kind of wondering, linebacker Garret Wallow took 22% of the Texans defensive snaps in his first game back. Couple things. Do you think we'll see more Wallow this week? And any word on how soon third round pick Christian Harris might be ready to return from the hamstring injury?
Well, Harris has got to miss, 4 weeks on IR. They put him on short term before the season started. Lovie Smith was asked about that this week and said, hey, look, anybody that is on IR that is eligible to come off, if we believe they can help us, they're going to help us. And he talked specifically about Christian Harris, the rookie linebacker, and said when he's ready to go, he will definitely get an opportunity. So I think that's somebody that they're really anticipating getting a really good look from if and when he's healthy. There's been no reported setback. So following this week 4 game against the LA Chargers, I'm fully anticipating seeing him on a practice field in full as they get ready for week 5. It is important to note that since day 1 of training camp, Christian Harris has been locked to the hip of Lovie Smith's son, who is the linebacker coach, Miles Smith. Those two guys have a very good relationship. Miles has talked about it a number of times to this point during the season. Said Christian has just been a sponge and he wants to talk ball and just wants to learn. So I think that's great. And if you recall, we actually discussed this briefly, I think a few weeks back when Miles Smith made himself available to the media, talked particularly about Christian Harris. And it's that he believed that this time, while obviously not favorable due to a slow start of his career, but would be favorable to Harris in the long run, that he gets a chance to now sit back, observe, watch the film, watch the game unfold on the sideline, and that could in turn help him when he is eligible to play and healthy.
You're listening to Houston Sports Talk.